What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about the twin flame experience. I'm also gonna talk about slash twin flame slash soulmate experiences. I'm also gonna talk about my nervous system overstimulation. I'm gonna talk about the human body and how I view this world, why I don't view this world in a good light. I'm also gonna talk about generational curses, and I'm gonna talk about lack of free will and my experiences being around dysfunctional families, right? So let's get to it. So, I'm gonna talk about my nervous system, how it correlates to my twin flame. So back in 2017 is when I first, late 2016, I met my twin flame. We went through the separation phase, we broke up. After we broke up, I've experienced a lot of like agony, a lot of like suffering, a lot of grieving, right? So ever since we went through a separation phase and we started going through it today, and not only that, but I want nothing to fucking do with this person because this person, people like to say the runner in the twin flame connection, so she doesn't take accountability. She doesn't own up to her shit. So this is why I want nothing to fucking do with her. Very closed off, very avoidant, and I'm glad she's away from my life. But unfortunately, I still feel her energy sometimes. But not only that, but ever since I met my twin flame, I've been experiencing a lot of heart pains, a lot of nervous system pains, a lot of rapid heartbeats, a lot of skipped heartbeats, and I have such a huge imbalance within my nervous system, right? Whenever I go to the doctors, whenever I get checked up, I never had a history of heart problems. I never had a history of bad health. But ever since I met my twin flame, I always get checked up and I'm always good. But at random times when I have overstimulation within my nervous system, I also feel random intense sexual energy. Some people like to call it kundalini, but some people like to say you're having sex with twin flame in a higher dimension, in a higher realm. Whatever the fuck. But this shit gets annoying. So like I'm never at peace. Like I'm always in a constant state of grieving, crying, releasing anger. I'm always doing shadow work. I'm always purging a lot of negative emotions. This is why I book personal tarot readings. I have a personal tarot reader that I trust, that I like to go to book personal readings from a tarot reader. Only one person. I don't trust a lot of tarot readers. A lot of tarot readers give out false information and false hope. They all do this shit on purpose so they can make profit off of people's codependency because a lot of people aren't healed. And a lot of people like to feed their ego through a bullshit of false belief systems, which these tarot readers like to dish out, and that's how they make profit. And they use spell work and different types of magic and manipulation tactics to gain views and a lot of profit and money off of people suffering pretty much. But unfortunately, a lot of tarot readers are like that. But there's a select few tarot readers that are actually legit, that are actually righteous, in which I'm thankful that I'm able to find a trustworthy tarot reader that's righteous and that's on her shit and that knows what she's doing. And that's a person I like to book personal tarot readings from. And she always gives me great advice. She always gives me great readings that's able to give me clarity so I can move forward in life. So I like to book a lot of tarot readings whenever I'm going through a lot of intense spiritual symptoms like rapid heartbeats, intense sexual energy, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression or depressive emotions coming to the surface every fucking week, every fucking month, right? Always got to purge that shit. There are times where I begged God, I prayed to God, I've cried. I was in the floor crying. I was fucking like crying my ass off. A lot of purging, a lot of releasing anger. I was yelling. I was working out a lot to release anger. I was running a lot of sprints. I was releasing blockages to making YouTube videos. Crying out. There was times where I would cry out so hard that I literally felt my heart muscle twitching. That's how hard it was for me to purge out a lot of emotions. And I still have a long way to go. And I'm still fucking doing it to this day where I still feel like I have a lot of pent up emotions that I need to release, which I probably am going to do it sometime today or this week. So I'm always in a constant state of purging out fucking toxicity and emotions and shit like that. And this is what I hate about the human experience. Every human being suffers. Some people may have easier lives than others, but eventually they're gonna suffer. Every human being, the human beings are meant to experience a lot of suffering, torture, and agony. This is how it is. This is how this realm is. This is why I hate this realm because in this realm, a lot of like suffering takes place. This is why we live in an evil world that restricts a lot of people because of money. A lot of evil people rule this world. this world is ruled by narcissists and evil ass motherfuckers that like to control this realm. So not only we're living in a corrupt world that causes suffering, but we're also experiencing a lot of spiritual attacks, such as demonic warfare, demonic entities inhabiting people that are vibrating at a low frequency who has a lot of trauma due to the system based on the people they're around with, like family members, that cause them a lot of suffering because that people, damaged people, like to project their toxicity and shit to innocent people. And once they attack innocent people, these same innocent people become the same people like their abusers, right? And the cycle continues, and this is where you get your generational curses from. So when you have certain people in life that are meant to break generational curses, they tend to get heavily attacked. Most of the people tend to experience a twin flame like connection or soulmate like connection, and they have to go through a huge healing process. This is why it takes forever for them to get the things they want, or like they got to do a lot of healing work. Not only they're healing from the trauma they've been through, but they got to heal from their past lives. They got to heal their family's trauma, and it's just an ongoing cycle of this fucking abuse and toxicity, a lot of pent up negative emotions that they gotta release. So it's a constant cycle of healing. So imagine how draining, imagine how taxing it is to the human fucking body. And not only that, but you live in a corrupt system, so you gotta get your shit done. Some people gotta go to school, some people gotta go to work, and it requires you to show up to work every single day because we work every single day. You only get 2 days off pretty much, but you still gotta work every single day. And then you got time speeding up. Days go by extremely fast, so it's hard for people to get things done throughout the day. So it's going to cause a lot more stress because time speeding up is a spiritual thing. And since time is speeding up is spiritual, it's not going to correlate well to the matrix, to this world, to the society we're living in. Because society, this world, it goes against spirituality. This is why they use spirituality to control people, but it's against spirituality. In my opinion, spirituality deals with righteousness. Spirituality, I mean, it's very complex. Spirituality is not evil or good; it's both. But in this world we live in, you can't be spiritual living in this fucking world. You can't, because in order for you, because this world requires you to be a slave and to work for a 9 to 5 to earn a minimum amounts of income so you can survive. You're in constant survival mode, so you're not really living to your fullest potential. You're not really being at your best spiritually because you're so busy surviving. We're just the root chakra. People are living in their fucking root chakras, which deals with survival and stress and pain. Is why a lot of people are in stress and pain because we live in an evil world. But not only that, not only live in an evil world, but like I said before, we have demonic entities that like to influence a lot of people's minds pretty much so they can influence them to do a lot of horrible, crazy shit. This is why we have a lot of narcissists living in this timeline. I mean, narcissists has always been existing, but it's being more known, more prevalent because we live in the information age because a lot of people have access to the internet now. But a lot of people are dealing with narcissistic attacks. There's why a lot of people are narcissistic because we live in a narcissistic society, right? Yeah, but so it gets annoying. So imagine you trying to be great in life. Imagine you trying to do the things you want, but you can't. It's hard for me to do that because I'm always experiencing intense, rapid heartbeats. I'm feeling someone's energy, and I feel like one of my mission in this life is to constantly purge out my traumas in this lifetime, but also from past lives. I don't know what the fuck I've done in my past lives to the point where I reached to this point to where I'm born into an abusive family to where I can attract like-minded people, I can attract a loving partner into my life. So then itself tells me that I have a lot of karma. Either I've done that shit to myself or I made mistakes in past life, or I've voluntarily chose to experience all this shit just so I could help other people, which I don't like these fucking people because they've done a lot of shit to me. So fuck them. But I guess I'm obligated to do that based on what I'm experiencing, based on my nervous system, and based on the things I have to do in order for me to release these blockages, right? Or God purposely wanted me to experience all this shit just so I can heal the fucking collective, right? I don't mean it's egotistical. When I say heal the collective, I don't mean like so I can heal everyone. No. So like I could basically when I say that, I mean like so I could experience what the collective experiences, like low self esteem, low self worth, abandonment, rejection, pain, suffering, yada yada yada. So I could understand this world better. So once I get to the other side of it, I'm able to help many people because I know what it's like to be in their fucking shoes, right? I could be dead wrong, but that's what I heard from other YouTubers, and I feel like it resonates. And it makes sense to me, at least, from the things I had to experience. So the reason why I had to experience so much baggage and so much abuse and all this bullshit and blockages. And so once I do overcome, I can help other people. I give them a helping hand, right? I could be wrong, but I know other people. That's what they're meant to do, right? But I don't know. I'm just saying some shit. I'm speaking new age bullshit, but you know, but that came across so egotistical. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying, though, right? Pretty much, I'm in a healing journey, which all of us are in a healing journey. Just everyone has unique life missions, a life paths. So what may look so everyone's life mission looks different, right? But we're all doing the same thing. We're just healing. Um, but yeah, but it gets annoying though, because like there are times where like I feel sexual energy out of nowhere. There are times where I can't get certain people off of my mind. There are times where I feel a lot of negative energy, like evil eye energy, where I feel like people are sending me negative energy and shit like that, and like I can't get it off my mind, so I can't focus. So this is why I feel like we don't have free will because we don't control our nerve. We do control our nervous system, but for the most part we don't because I can't control my rapid heartbeats. I can't control random sexual energy. I my experiences with my twin flame, like even in 2017, 2018, there were times where I couldn't get it off my mind. I was feeling her energy. And this is where you get your soul contracts from, your karmic energies and your karma, your karmic soul ties pretty much. I know what it's like to experience soul ties from multiple people. This shit sucks. You can feel the energy. You can't get out of these certain soul contracts. You can't get out of these soul ties, you know what I'm saying? And all that shit deals with past lives and shit. So this shit runs deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have free will because God kind of controls who we meet, who we come across with, our connections, and who we're born with. So this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Well, I personally believe that there are certain people who are meant to experience abuse based on their past lives, based on their obligations, based on their soul contracts, or what they voluntarily chose, or what God has chosen these people to experience. It's fucked as fucked up as they may sound. I personally do believe in that shit, at least from my life. I could look at my life, especially from the past, and I could pinpoint why I had to experience things I had to experience. Doesn't mean I like it or enjoyed it. I feel like it was fucked up, but like I had no choice but to experience that shit, and I have no choice but to overcome it, which I'm trying to do right now. But yeah, but it is what it is though. So I guess the good parts about experiencing fucked up situations is that once you get to the other side, you become mentally stronger, and you're able to you gain a lot of wisdom as well, and you can help other people and stuff like that, and you have more talents and because you gain a lot more wisdom and shit. But every human being experiences suffering. Like every human being they always experience fucked up situations. You know, it's part of the human experience. So I hate the human experience because you always got to experience some type of stupid ass shit, right? Um, yeah. Have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one. Peace.